hanging out on the couch, and he was upstairs on the top level. We've got a 4-level townhome, so he was upstairs, and it was so late at night. We were about to go to bed, and he walked down the stairs and came around the corner and said, "I just got called up," and we both just stared at each other. Like, I don't think we had anything to say. Complete shock. You think that you're going to cry a lot, especially knowing the history of everything that he's gone through. I think it's just this shock factor that hits you. It's like unbelievable. You know, we've waited, and I've known it was going to happen for a long time, but like to see all of his hard work come to fruition is just like, I mean, it's one of the most special moments in my own life. So, you know, there's only so much you can do. You just sit there and like freeze for a minute.
How much baseball do you know now that you're married to a ball player?
Oh, I knew nothing. Baseball was always like a social sport for me. Go have a beer and watch a game. I'm actually a Braves fan, so this is very funny that he's debuting against the Braves tonight. But yeah, I liked football, so when I got with him, I had to learn everything from just the basics, and now I love it. It's like one of my favorite sports. I mean, it's everything. He's a wonderful human, as you know, like off of sporting in general, and he has this unparalleled work ethic, so it's time, and he knew it was going to be time eventually, right? So it just feels like finally. I told you in the stands, this is way better than getting married, though. I told him that too. I was like, this is going to be better than our wedding day, and he's like, don't say that, but it is.
Honestly, it's relief, and it's not relief because he got called up. He got called up 4 years ago if he wasn't hurt for 3 years, so it's just like, it was time, man. And he's such a hard worker that he deserves that, so it's all good. He's grown tremendously because of what he's had to go through. I mean, physical rehab's one thing, but the mental aspect of it is brutal. And man, he just went through it like a man. I mean, he's so much stronger than I am. It's awesome. It's really something. There's probably 30 people here spread about, you know, down that section where we're at. I'm trying to stay as far away from him as I can because I don't want to talk, you know. I'll talk to you, but I'll talk to Courtney, but I just kind of need to be by myself a little bit. My pacing days are over, but we got about 30.
Yeah, I mean, does that ever end? I mean, when your kid's out there pitching, I mean, now it's, you know, it's one thing to be in the minor leagues and you're trying to work on some things. Right. Here, it all counts.
Let me tell you, it's different because at single, double, and triple A, the job is to get promoted. And so when you finally get promoted, especially under Forrest circumstances, it's like, okay, now you got to stay promoted. So it's a different kind of weirdness, but it's weirdness nonetheless.
Well, weirdness you can learn to grow and accept.
I handle it.
How did that phone call go last night or today when he called you and said, Dad, I'm going?
Well, first of all, as you know, I don't take phone calls. So we texted, and there was a text from him last night at 11:20, and I said, I'll return it tomorrow. And then I started getting texts from other people that one of them was a screenshot of a plane ticket to Houston. Another one was from a guy that said, are you going? And I said, what are you guys talking about? 12:15, I text Forrest and say, I got a text from you an hour ago. Is everything okay? Are you all right? And he goes, Dad, I got promoted. Well, I turned into a little 14-year-old girl right then. You know, somebody stole my doll. It was pretty emotional for him because of what he's gone through. And I told him I loved him and said, go get some sleep, man. And that was it. And my inclination was to spend the next 4 hours texting people, and instead I just laid in bed and didn't sleep. But you know, things could be a lot worse.
Absolutely. I mean, so like, does it mean more having gone through everything that you all went through as a family?
Hell yes, hugely, for everybody. But you know, for Forrest, he knew he belonged here. He'd have been promoted 4 years ago without the injury, so it's as it should be. It really is.
And then all that went along with that, even through the ups and the downs and the injuries and COVID and all that,
right.
There was always interest from other teams trying to get him. The faith that the Astros have kind of stayed with him too on this journey to get here too. I mean, what do you have to say about the organization for what they've done for him?
Well, you know, they got a lot of money invested in Forrest, and I think a lot of places would have just cut him loose. Dude, they're not cutting him loose. I mean, they're just not cutting him loose. And now this happening the way that it is, with the circumstances behind his options and all that stuff, It's pretty amazing. They stood by him for a long time. They think he's Garrett Cole, you know?
And maybe he will be.
I hope. Everybody wants that, right?
They both got great hair. What's up with the bandana? Is he going to be wearing the bandana out there tonight under the
Depends
hat?
on how he does tonight. If he does great, bandana's going to stay. I'm positive of that.